sound of Cambridgeshire.
And all the music you love. BBC Radio Cambridgeshire.
It's 7:07. It's Sunday, the 19th of September. Good morning. This is Louise Hulland, waking you up across the county on BBC Radio Cambridgeshire. In a moment, we're going to be finding out about a homeless initiative in Wisbech, which has got quite the story behind it.
BBC
Radio Cambridgeshire.
Now, one of the things that we wanted to talk to you about today, well, it's pretty special. It's quite the story, I have to say. Let me tell you a little bit about what happened. When an organisation to support homeless people in Wisbech had to fold, the town's Salvation Army church stepped in with an offer. Simon Crowson had set up 50 backpacks to supply food and support for the town's roof sleepers, but for a variety of reasons, it had to close last year. So the Salvation Army asked Simon, hey, how can we help? Now, and in partnership with Simon Still, they feed more than 30 people every night, 6 days a week, in a partnership called 50/50 Vision. Lieutenant Liam Beatty is from the branch. Lieutenant Liam, thank you for being with us this morning on this very early Sunday morning. Let me ask you a very simple question first. Just how severe is homelessness in Wisbech? I was so surprised to read there was such a need.
Well, first and foremost, thank you very much for having me. As you say, it keeps me accountable to raising this early hour.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Absolutely. But no, to answer your question, it came as a bit of a surprise, really. The statistics behind homelessness was not what I had seen before setting up this programme. And once this gained momentum, it really made it apparent who the people who were homeless are of the community.
So are we talking then about, because we say homelessness, don't we? And we think of roof sleepers, but actually homelessness is like an umbrella term where actually it could be families that are going from B&Bs to hostels to 2 nights in a hotel to staying on friends' sofas. Are we talking about roof sleepers here?
That's a very good question. What I failed to mention about that was not only do we cater for the rough sleepers and the homeless of the community, but actually we wish to extend our hands to the vulnerable of the community as well. So, yes, definitely, those who have been in rough situations, in hotels, in temporary programmes, all of which can come and take through our programme.
So the previous support system that Simon ran, that had to close. How did the Salvation Army then get involved?
Well, we were actually quite sad to hear that because we noticed the impact that Simon was having on the community. And we just thought to ourselves, oh, it's just a great shame that this had to close, really. So we just decided, you know, we've got this great facility. The hall is amazing to meet these needs. It has a great kitchen, has a great infrastructure. And we just thought to ourselves, yeah, let's just extend our hand to Simon and see what we can do to help. So, it just sort of blossomed from there, really.
So what kind of facilities and help do you offer then? Because it's kind of, it's a real perfect example of a partnership, isn't it? Because you've still taken Simon's, the essence of what he does, added your facilities and your support, and it's grown even more, hasn't it? Proper teamwork.
Absolutely, yes. So the facility itself, obviously, like most Salvation Army Corps across the country, it is basic. I like to call them fortresses, really, because it has everything you need. It has a great kitchen facility, ovens, fridges, freezers, everything that you would need, and storage facility for food as well. Basically, we think of it as a base of operation and something that's stable that we can sort of help contribute to this ministry, really.
So Simon then must have been delighted, I would have thought, because if it was kind of his baby, his idea, his passion, and then reasons sort of beyond his control meant that he couldn't do it anymore, he must have been so chuffed to know that actually not only was it not going to close, it was going to grow with your support.
No, absolutely. I think he was quite happy with it, and he's been very accommodating to just sort of meet us halfway with this plan, really. And what was really helpful is that Simon has a very, very similar ethos to the Salvation Army in wanting to extend our hands to the community in all of its varieties. So it worked quite well in that respect.
So you're feeding more than 30 people every night. Now, give us a bit of context on that. Is that the same 30 people coming in every day, or is it a different group of people every night that you're seeing a rise in homelessness in the area?
To be honest with you, it's a bit of both. We record our statistics in our own books as well, and it isn't the same 30 people every night. I mean, sure, you get maybe 5 or 6 that return most nights, but this is what I said earlier about it really being surprising. There's actually more within the community than I anticipated.
So tell us a little bit, obviously, anonymously, but give us a little bit of an idea of people's stories, and then, of course, of their reaction when they have the support from the 50/50 vision.
Yes. So first and foremost, it's a mixture of ethnic backgrounds. So you have the British, the Eastern Europeans. Basically, there's a whole mixture of backgrounds and circumstances here. And I will say, obviously anonymously, there's no 1-2 story the same, really.
Wow,
they all come from different struggles that would land them in that situation. And as you can appreciate, we do our very best to accommodate to each and every one of those needs.
And what's the reaction like for people when they come in, they're welcomed into your project? What kind of food are you serving? What goes down well with them? It must be lovely to know that every week, every night, you're seeing firsthand the benefits of what you're doing. Absolutely, yeah. We, as you can appreciate, again, we do our jolly best to sort of do the very best meal that we can. We try and do nutritious meals that would meet all food groups as much as we can. We've got the kitchen for it, so happy days. Yeah. But yes, we sort of take this message actually from one of the parables of the Great Banquet, and just offering that very best for all who come to our door, and all are very worthy of the very best. So as you can say, it's very well appreciated. And I will actually say that it's more than just the food. Our vision and our aim is to facilitate the needs further rather than just giving them a meal and sending them on their way. What we want to do is we want to work with the clients and help them sort of embrace the next chapter of their lives and get out of the hole that they're in. Tell me a little bit about your dedicated volunteers, because as you were saying, the bit about having a lovely kitchen and wanting to give people the best, I had this sort of voice in my head saying, oh, Louise, thank goodness you're not volunteering. Everyone would get toast. You must have some amazing people on a rota, I guess, to keep this going every night. We really do, and we're very, very blessed to have them. And I will honestly say that without the volunteers, it just won't happen. It just won't function properly. And we have a rota system in place, and there's just an influx of volunteers wanting to be a part of it, really, and we're very blessed by that. And I guess that's kind of the ethos of the Salvation Army, isn't it? It's literally faith in action. Yes, very much so. So tell us then about your plans for 50/50 Vision, or is it a little bit too early to say yet? I just can't believe it's 6 months in already. That time has just flown by. It's amazing, really. But no, to answer your question, I think at the very moment, if I was to be completely honest with you, it's just a case of how to maintain it and how to sustain it and be at its very best. Because obviously another element of the Salvation Army is we're very, very busy at Christmas time. And so at this current stage, we're just trying to plan how we can maintain the best standard we possibly can and coincide with our other outreaches, because it'll be this time of year we begin to get very busy. Well, keep in touch, won't you, Liam? Because obviously in the run-up to Christmas, we're going to want to chat to you about your lovely brass bands, because I'll want to know if we can hear you this year, because to me it's not Christmas till I've heard the Sally Army brass band somewhere. Absolutely. But also as well, the more that you want to work with volunteers and the more that you need things from our very excellent band of trusty listeners who are more than generous with their spirit, then keep in touch, let us know, because it's always a pleasure to be able to connect people that listen to this programme with amazing projects where they can share their kindness. Absolutely. We will do our jolly best with that. Smashing. Thank you so much for coming on, Lieutenant Liam Beatty. Though whenever I see it written down, Liam, I always want to say Lieutenant. I think I watch too many American cop shows. Well, you embrace that. You do what you need to do. Okay, I'm going to say Lieutenant, brackets Lieutenant, Liam Beatty. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.